I'm here to show you that this assignment is not nearly as scary as you think it might be. It's actually quite simple and you have all that you need to do it. Aside from the instructions that Dr. Haynes has given you, use the Rovi text that he gave you in Module 3, specifically the descriptive one. If you look, it starts on page, I think, 55, and I'm sorry, 57, the descriptive statistics, and it tells you exactly everything you need to do in order to complete this assignment. For instance, it shows you here the mean, median, mode, what those are. You can go on and I'll tell you, for instance, the hardest one for me was the quartile values, and that's on page 77. And it tells you exactly how to do this stuff in Excel. Standard deviations there. So we scroll down to 77, the range, and it tells you exactly what interquartile range is. So even if you've never ever had a stats class, the text that Dr. Haynes has given you tells you exactly what you need to know. And it furthermore goes on to tell you what formula you need in Excel. So you notice it says Excel formula and it tells you what it looks like. All right, so once you find your data set, that's one part. I've picked a data set that, since I work in two-year colleges, I picked all of the two-year colleges in the country, which it's actually far more than 500. I have well over 1,000. And I've got several variables. I've got several years you can see. So my institutions are in column A, and then column B through G is each year for my enrollment data. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a new divider down here at the bottom, a new sheet for each thing I need to do. Now, let's go back. He's given us instructions that are in PDF format. So I like to change that. I just like to go online and find a converter from PDF to Word, and I like to highlight main points. So the main points here that he's looking for instance, the univariate, means, medians, modes, variances. So these are all things I'm going to need to have. So I'm going to have one sheet for each of these for the mean, which is the average, the median, which is the middle number of the range, the mode, which is most frequently, and then all of these other things that basically they look scary because you think you have to do a bunch of math, but you don't have to do a lot of math here. Excel does it. All right, so I'm going to show you, we're going to start with just the mean, which is the average. So we're going to go here, and I've got all my data here. I'm going to select all, which is Control A, and then copy Control C, and I'm just going to put it on a new sheet. And I've got this here, and I'm going to title the sheet down here, the mean. All right. So I'm going to go to the bottom and I'm going to have columns. So this is going to be the mean. I'm sorry, not columns, but a row. And this is going to be the average or the mean of column B, which is 2011. So I'm going to click here and say I want a function. So I'm going to go to function. And this one, I'm not looking for mean. It's actually listed as average. I'm going to search for average, and there it is right there. And then it's going to ask me what boxes do I want it for. Well, I want it for B2 because B1 is the years of my institutions, all the way down to my very last one, which is B1073. And then I'm going to click OK. And there is my average of this whole year. So here's my 1073. So you see, right, that's how I got 1073. I got B 1073. That is my range. I started at B2, if you look, because B1 is my institute. It's my column headers. All right, so I'll do that one more time just to show you what I did. So I'm going to go here, but now I don't want B. You notice I'm in C column, so I'm going to go insert function. Still going to be on average. I'm going to say C2 colon C1073, click OK, and there it is. I'm not doing any math at all. So it works the same for all the functions. If you look right here, everything you need is already, I mean, mine are up here because I just did it, but the quartile range, the kurtosis value, the skew, the variance, the standard deviation, the mode, all of that is here. You just have to read the text to know what you're looking for. You can't just expect to go in and pop up in Excel and know all these formulas. No, the purpose of this class is for you to learn how to do it and then show you know how to do it. So I'm going to do one more to give you an idea. I'm going to do the interquartile range because that was the difficult one for me. So I'm going to make another sheet and copy and paste all of my data over here. All right, and I'm going to go to the bottom and I'm going to rename this so I remember what it is. This is my quartile. I'll just say quartile percent. All right, so let's go back to the text because this one's a little different. You're not just going to have one number for each because there's 4 quartiles here. So we're going to go back to the Rovi text, and it says here that there's a first, second, third, and fourth. So I'm going to have 4 different numbers here. All right, so you notice there's a range here that we're looking for, and then we have to put what quartile we want. First quartile, second, third, and so forth. So let's go back to that spreadsheet. So I'm going to put here, we're going to say first, second quartile, third, and fourth. All right, so I'm going to go here, and we're going to do the first column. And here I've already got quartile up here, but you can search right here for it if it doesn't come up naturally. And it's going to ask me for the array, so I'm going to put B2 to B1073, which is the column that I want. And then the quartile, oops, let me see if I can get that right. B2, B1073. And then the quartile I want is the first one. And boom, there's my number. I'm going to go here and I'm going to do the exact same thing. The only thing I'm going to change is B2, B1073 is I'm going to say the second quartile. And there's a different number. And I'm going to keep doing the same thing for the third. B2, B1073, third quartile. And then I'm going to finally do the fourth. Again, same thing. So you can see I'm not doing any math here. All I'm doing is plugging in formulas, and it's doing the math for me. And then I'd go here, and I'd do the same thing. I'd go C, except this time instead of B2 to B1073, I'm going to do C2 to C1073. All right. Last thing I want to show you is how to how to make a graph. All right. So let's say I want to graph this whole thing. I can control that. And right here, I'm under formula. I want to go to insert. And you can see there's all these pictures of different graphs you can do. So you can pick from anyone. You can see here's a scatter plot one. And I can easily scatter plot some of these. I've got too much on here. But let's see. Let's scatter plot. We're going to do 230. And boom, there is a scatter plot for you. You can see the outliers on here. You just have to plug it in and right here tell it what series is, so what year that is. These are 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So as you can see, Excel does all the work for you, and the book tells you how to do it in Excel. And if you don't know how to do something else, you can Google it, or you can simply call Dr. Haynes or email him. He's very readily available to help you. All right, so you are not alone in this. Don't be scared. You can do it and have a great time learning some more about statistics.